How much did it cost to build this?
Round numbers, $1 billion. And I would say in general, it's a lot easier to borrow $1 billion than $1 million because it gets people's attention. This is the first high-performance vertical film studio in the world. So right now, there's a floor of parking below us. There are sound stages above us. The studio goes up 170 feet in the air. But it's also a very typically New York City response, which is to go up. We have relatively smaller sites, and so we want to take and make use of airspace as much as possible.
Now, you had the idea to basically create this ideal studio. Tell us how you launched this.
The idea was to create a permanent home for artists to tell their stories. And my partner, Robert De Niro, is an artist. Grew up in New York, worked in the film industry for over half a century. And we began with this idea, and the idea of performance meeting poetry. So what is the ideal way to tell stories? What's the most efficient way to produce? And then what's the poetry of it? So we want to elevate the creative process by having a space which is fun to be in, pleasurable, and enjoyable. Now we're walking into a soundstage.
Yeah.
This is 18,000 feet, and you notice all of a sudden the sound died.
Yeah.
So when we test the sound, engineers come in with they have their own bowling balls, and they drop the bowling ball to confirm that no sound is going to travel outside of the soundstage. So there's 11 of these, all identical, starting with carpentry shop, the mill shop outside, going into the soundstage.
But you're building an entire world.
You're building a world here. So it may be a hospital here, and then next door, if we go over, in the meantime, maybe they're building a police station.
Yeah.
Maybe the first scene was filmed here, the second scene is filmed there, then this might be broken down, prepared for the third scene, or maybe we'll walk over and back in the fourth scene. So there's 54,000 feet right in the middle of New York City all together here. And so we left one production suite, and then here's another. So another hair and makeup, another office space, wardrobe, changing, dressing, everything else here. So 11 self-contained but connecting environments for production.
And tell us about some of the projects you've already filmed.
Elsbeth season 2 was filmed in here. There are a series of other ones that are coming out now, and then we have 7 sound stages moving in the next month.
Wow.
So we're really excited about the slate.
How long are they here for, typically?
A range of between 3 and 10 months is customary in the business. Everything that you watch on Netflix and Apple, Amazon, Hulu at night would be filmed in a place like Wildflower.
That's really interesting, but I mean, 10 months, that's insane.
And that's one of the reasons, instead of going to Atlanta or Toronto or Vancouver, all the talent and all of the crew live in New York City. They can go home at night.
That makes sense.
Be with their families, sleep in their own beds. There's so many advantages to filming locally.
We are in the Elephant Elevator. Tell us why it is called the Elephant Elevator.
It's called an elephant elevator because it's the size of an elephant. It's also the size of a delivery van. So one can come in, bring everything in fully loaded, up to the stages, unload onto the stage, and then drive off.
Wow.
This can hold 30,000 pounds, so bigger than your standard passenger elevator, and you see the size of it. It's big enough for a delivery van with people all the way around. We have one of these for each sound stage. So there's never going to be a traffic jam where people are all loading in at the same time and find they can't get their delivery van inside the elevator.
Well, we've seen a lot of amazing things here. How much did it cost to build this?
Round numbers, $1 billion.
Wow. For the land and the building.
That's for all of it, and I would say in general it's a lot easier to borrow $1 billion than $1 million because it gets people's attention. We wanted to think long and hard about where in New York City we wanted to put it, and there's so many wonderful places to be, but we really early on decided that we wanted to do it in Astoria, so close to all the parts of Queens that we love, to Brooklyn, to Manhattan, a mile from LaGuardia Airport, because logistics in this business we talked about really matter.
We had a fun turntable moment outside. It sounds like that's something you always wanted in one of your buildings.
I saw it on Jay Leno's garage,
Okay.
and as a car nut, I sort of stored it away in my little mental database to think about a way to use it. And we find for the Teamsters, it makes it easier for them to maneuver their trucks into a couple of the spaces. And it's also awfully fun.
Very cool. I sense some amazing parties coming.
I think so. I think the wrap parties are going to really enjoy it.
This is your first film project, really. You're new to this industry. You started in more real estate, working with Amazon. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I have a company called Wildflower in New York City. We're urban infrastructure developers, which means that we make the city function better by thinking about infrastructure in new and novel and important ways. So we were very early in the urban self-storage business. We're Amazon's most active e-commerce developer.
All over the country or focused in New York?
Really focused in
Yeah.
New York City. Yeah, I'm a fourth generation New Yorker. This is my home. I've raised my two sons here, and New York has given me so much that I want to feel like I can give back and invest in this city.